13. Let's get started, shall we? You're going to turn to the Bible, the Holy Bible, and you're going to turn to Proverbs 4-20 through 27. And it looks like this. For those of you not near your Bible. Ta-da. So it's a great way, again, to learn English. For those of you trying to learn English. Always turn to the Bible. You always learn new, longer words, stuff you never heard of, not just seen in a dictionary. Proverbs 4-20 through 27. My son, pay attention to what I say. Listen closely to my words. Do not let them out of your sight. Keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and health to man's whole body. Above all else, guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Put away perversity from your mouth. Keep corrupt talk far from your lips. Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Make level paths for your feet, and take only ways that are firm. Do not swerve to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil. Continue on, Genesis 50-1 through Exodus 2-10. Joseph threw himself upon his father and wept over him, and he kissed him. And then Joseph directed the physicians in his service to embalm his father Israel. So the physicians embalmed him, taking a full 40 days, for that was the time required for embalming. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph said to the Pharaoh's court, If I have found favor in your eyes, speak to Pharaoh for me. Tell him my father made me swear an oath and said, I am about to die. Bury me in the tomb I dug. I dug for myself in the land of Canaan. Now let me go up and bury my father, and I will return. Pharaoh said, Go up and bury your father as he made you swear to do. So Joseph went up to bury his father. All Pharaoh's officials accompanied him, the dignitaries of his court, and all the dignitaries of Egypt. Besides, all the members of Joseph's household and his brothers and those belonging to his father's household, only their children, their flocks and herds were left in Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with him. It was a very large company. When they reached the threshing floor of Atad near the Jordan, they lamented loudly and bitterly, and there Joseph observed a 70-day period of mourning for his father. When the Canaanites who lived there saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, The Egyptians are holding a solemn ceremony of mourning. That is why the place near the Jordan is called Abel Mizraim. So Jacob's son did as he had commanded them. They carried him to the land of Canaan, and buried him in the Canaan in the field of Machpelah, near Mamre, which Abraham had bought as a burial place from Ephron, the Hittite, along with the field. After burying his father, Joseph returned to Egypt together with his brothers and all the others who had gone with him to bury his father. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongs we did to him? Question. So they sent word to Joseph, saying, Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servant of the God of your father. When their message came to him, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. We are your slaves, they said. But Joseph said to them, Don't be afraid. I am in the place of God. Question. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children and he reassured them and spoke kindly to them. Joseph stayed in Egypt along with all his father's family. He lived 110 years and saw the third generation of Ephraim's children. Also, the children of Machir, son of Manasseh, were placed at the birth of Joseph's knees. Then Joseph said to his brothers, I am about to die, but God will surely come to your aid and take you up out of this land. The land he promised an oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And Joseph made the sons of Israel swear an oath and said, God will surely come to your aid. And then you must carry my bones up from this place. So Joseph died at the age of 110. And after they embalmed him, he was placed in a coffin in Egypt. These are the names of the sons of Israel who went to Egypt, with Jacob each with his family. Reuben, Simon, Levi, and Judah, Ezekiel, Zebulun, and Benjamin, Dan and Naphtali, Gad and Asher. The descendants of Jacob numbered 70, and in all, Joseph was already in Egypt. Now Joseph and all his brothers and all that generation died. But the Israelites were all fruitful and multiplied greatly and became exceedingly numerous, so that the land was filled with them. Continuing on. Then a new king who did not know about Joseph came to power in Egypt. Look, he said to his people, the Israelites have become much too numerous for us. Come, we must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous. And if war breaks out, we'll join our enemies, fight against us, and leave the country. So they put slave masters over them to oppress them with forced labor, and they built Pithom and Ramesses as store cities for Pharaoh. But the more were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread, so the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites and worked them ruthlessly. They made their lives bitter with hard labor and brick and mortar. And with all kinds of work in the fields and all their hard labor, the Egyptians used them ruthlessly. The king of Egypt said to the midwives, Hebrew midwives, whose names were Shiphrah and Puah, when you help the Hebrew women in childbirth and observe them on the delivery stool, if it is a boy, kill him, but if it is a girl, let her live. The midwives, however, feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt had told them to do. They let the boys live. Then the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and asked them, why have you done this? Question, why have you let the boys live? The midwives answered, Pharaoh, Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive. So God was kind to the midwives, and the people increased and became even more numerous. And because the midwives feared God, he gave them families of their own. Then Pharaoh gave this order to all his people, every boy that is born you must throw into the lion, but let every girl live. Now a man of the house of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant and gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could hide him no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it along the reeds. Along the bank of the Nile, his sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe in her attendants while walking along the river. She saw the basket amongst the reeds and sent her slave girl to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. He was crying and she felt sorry for him. This is the one of the Hebrew babies, she said. Then his sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you? Yes, go, she answered, and the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to her, take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you. So the women took the baby and nursed him. When the children grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, I drew him out of the water. Continuing on, Mathew 16-13 through 17-9. When Jesus came to the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, who do people say the Son of Man is? Question. They replied, "Names, some say John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets." "Well, what about you?" he asked. "What do you say I am?" Question. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by men, but my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will overcome it. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven." Then he warned his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Christ. From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things, the hands of the elders, chief priests, and teachers of the law, that he must be killed, and on the third day be raised to life. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said. "This shall never happen to you." Jesus turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the things of God, but the things of men." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone could come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for me will find it. What good will it be for a man if he is against the whole world, yet forfeits his soul? Question yourself. Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? Question yourself. For the Son of Man is going to come in his Father's glory with his angels, and then he will reward each person according to what he has done. I tell you the truth, some who are standing here will not taste death before they see the Son of Man coming in his kingdom." After 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter, James, and John, the brother of James, and led him up a high mountain by themselves. There he was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became white as the light. Just then there appeared before them Moses and Elijah talking with Jesus. Peter said to Jesus, "Lord, it is good for us to be here. If you wish, I will put up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah." While he was still speaking, a bright cloud enveloped them, and a voice from the cloud said, "This is my Son, whom I love. With him I will please. Listen to him." When the disciples heard this, they fell face down to the ground, terrified. But Jesus came and touched them. "Get up," he said. "Don't be afraid." When they looked up, they saw no one except Jesus. As they were coming down the mountain, Jesus instructed them, "Don't tell anyone what you have seen until the Son of Man has been raised from the dead." Psalm 221-1 through 13. O Lord, the King rejoices in your strength. How great is his joy in the victories you give. You have granted him in the desire of his heart, and have not withheld the request of his lips at all. You welcomed him with rich blessings and placed a crown of pure gold on his head. He asked you for life, and you gave it to him. Length of days forever and ever. Through the victories you gave, his glory is great. You have bestowed on him splendor and majesty. Surely you have granted him eternal blessing, and made him glad with the joy of your presence. For the King trusts in the Lord through the unfailing love of Most High. He will not be shaken. Your hand will lay hold on all your enemies. Your right hand will seize your foes. At the time of your appearing, you will make them like a fiery furnace. In his wrath, the Lord will swallow them up, and his fire will consume them. He will destroy their descendants from the earth. Their posterity from mankind, though they plot evil against you, and devise wicked schemes, they cannot succeed. For you will make them turn their backs, when you aim at them with drawn bow. Be exalted, O Lord, in your strength. We will sing and praise your might. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Nunc Patre, Humane, Spiritus Sancto. Amen. God be with you wherever you are in the world. After all, peace. As most nation leaders who are also watching, President Obama, his family, God bless him. Everybody else around the world, brothers from a different mom. Peace is better than war. We have Mars to look forward to, another planet. Science should not be feared again, as I said last week. It should be embraced with courage, dedication, and conviction. Yes, we all make mistakes in science. That's how we learn from our mistakes. You don't just see rockets blast off only to see them come crashing down to the earth. Try again. Such lessons in life, is it not? If you fall down in life and stricken in life, obviously sooner or later you're going to get back up. You can only fall so far down in life, only to rise stronger than before. I've said this many times. Be humble with yourself. Be kind to each other. Love yourself. There are people dying just so you can love yourself. Live your dreams. Being hateful and incorrectful to another person does not mock you as a man or a woman. It mocks you as someone who has yet to learn from yourself what you lack. Character is what defines you, what people remember is you. Someone's not going to remember someone who sits there and whips a person because he or she refuses to do what you ask. No, they'll not remember you. You will be like the dust in the wind. If you want someone to remember you, must be kind to them. Ask for help. Sooner or later, when you can barely move and get out of bed, you will wish they were around to care for you, not be a forgotten memory in their mind. I always tell it like it is. Going over the passages, again, it's a good way to learn English. Making sure you're in the right direction. I was boxing earlier, and let me tell you, I hit faster than Bruce Lee himself. Why should Jackie Chan and everybody else have all the fun? Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. You can just see it in movies. Don't let this body and heart fool you. Pay to stay in shape. Watch your health. Otherwise, what good are you? Ta-da. I'm bringing it. That be Mathew 16-13 through 17-9. Some of you have never seen a Bible in your life. How many of you think I will never read your Bible, your religion? Is it not a book of religions? Question yourself. A book is a book. Why does one discriminate what they don't understand until they start to read and understand, open their heart? If he is willing to accept you for who you are, what makes you think he won't read your religion, your books, your history, your culture? See, that's where you made the first mistake, judging a person by their character. Another example. That is why you must be kind to each other and love one another. How else is anyone to remember you? Carrying on. Can you see that passage? Okay. Last passage. God be with you wherever you are in the world. Remember, your health must come first. Without your health, you will not get very far in life. Must take care of your health. Must take care of those around you. A shepherd is a shepherd of men. It's on most things we say in life. Relationships 101. It takes two to tango. One can never do it alone, no matter how hard you try. Up next is military morale support. Stay tuned. God bless you all over the world watching my God spirit of morale, providing you faith, hope, love. Remember, dreams are worth conquering. You just have to believe in yourself. How else are you going to get far in life? There are people come from all ages, all races, all over the world, wanting to hug me. I'm a huggable guy. Huggable Care Bears. Don't just see things in movies and then realize something. Hey, that guy actually cares about me, regardless of age, race, where you come from. He has God in him. He always tells it like it is. Philosopher, entrepreneur, scientist, ambassador, an interest of peace. Always thinking for others before me, yes. I wouldn't have it any other way. God bless you, you and your family there, and thank you for your patience for waiting on me. Again, there are all kinds of things you can watch. The news, all kinds of things. See the search bar above this video, not the one very top, the search bar below this search bar. Type in anything, and it'll bring it up eventually. God bless you. Right here at my home, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Also, send correspondence, religious readings, scriptures, squared away, even your letters of love, affection, friendship. After all, friendship is something you cannot buy or take for granted. It's never ending. It's a journey best shared, never alone. From those who live around me, those who know me, they always look out for them as they look out for me. They go to work rest assured, knowing that their place will be there, everything they have will still be there. Right when they get back, just remember your health. Same time. That's the kind of friend I am. Anything less would be inexcusable. Again, I was raised by an officer of the Air Force. He made sure his son knew a few things on how to take on a whole country with one arm if he had to. Leading by example. Helps you to reach your dreams. There are people in hospital beds who wish they had more time, more life, more days, more miracles. Pray for them as they pray for you. Pray for the children of the world. God bless you, wherever you are. From here to the other side of Rome. Rome will always be Rome, as Jerusalem will always be Jerusalem. Israel will always be Israel. Pakistan, India, everybody in me. God bless you, a man who speaks all languages and has an open heart and open mind. To send correspondence letter, to write these down. Facebook, you can reach me, search Facebook, you can pull my name. Or you can contact me postal. That would be 328 Helm Street, Helm Street, Elizabethtown, Kentucky, 42701. God bless y'all. Much love. Stay warm, especially those here in the U.S.